So she was telling the new king how his dad had put his trust into Daniel and how Daniel was chosen to be over all the magicians, the astrologers, Chaldeans, and the soothsayers. And as for as much as an excellent spirit and knowledge and understanding and interpreting of dreams and showing of hard sentences and dissolvings of doubts were found in the same Daniel, whom the king named Belshazzar. Now let Daniel be called, and he will show thee the interpretation. So then was Daniel brought in before the king, and the king spake and said unto Daniel, Art thou that Daniel which art of thy children of the captivity of Judah, whom the king my father brought out of Jewry? I have even heard of thee that the spirit of the gods is in thee, and that the light and understanding and excellent wisdom is found in thee. So this is the king addressing Daniel, telling him, I know you are a spiritual man. You truly believe in the Most High Yah. And he needed a favor. That's what it was. Y'all know he needed a favor. He needed those words on that wall to be interpreted. So let's see what he said. He said, And now the wise men, the astrologers, have been brought in before me, that they should read this writing and make known unto me the interpretation thereof, but they could not show the interpretation of the thing. They had no understanding of what that meant, what it was saying, how to even pronounce the words. Hallelujah, hallelujah. And he said, this is the king talking and addressing Daniel. He said, And I heard of thee, that thou canst make interpretation and dissolve doubts. Now, if thou canst read the writing, and make known to me the interpretation thereof, thou shalt be clothed with a scarlet, and have a chain of gold about thy neck, and shall be the third ruler in the kingdom. Then Daniel answered and said unto the king, King Belshazzar, Let thy gifts be to thyself, and give thy rewards to another. Yet I will read the writing unto the king, and make known to him the interpretation. Daniel was saying, I don't want your gifts. Because it was like King Belshazzar was trying to butter him up, hoping that the interpretation would be something good, but it I don't think it was, because he had just broke one of the laws of the Most High Yah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So Daniel didn't want gifts or anything. He didn't want payment for his services. He just wanted to do what the king asked and be thou removed from his presence, probably because he knew they was wicked, and they was wicked as hell. He said, O thou king, the Most High God has given Nebuchadnezzar thy father a kingdom and majesty and glory and honor. And for the majesty that he gave him, all the people, nations, and languages trembled and feared before him, whom he would slew, and whom he would keep alive, and whom he would set up, and whom he would put down. But when his heart was lifted up, and his mind hardened in pride, he was disposed from his kingly throne, and they took his glory from him. Hallelujah. And he was driven from the sons of men, and his heart was made like a beast, and his dwelling was with the wild asses. They fed him with grass like oxen, and his body was wet with dew of heaven, till he knew that the Most High Yah ruled in the kingdom of men, and that he appointed over it whomsoever he will. Whoa, whoa. So now Daniel was telling Belshazzar, the son of Nebuchadnezzar, a story about what happened to his father when his father tried to be disrespectful to the Most High Yah, and was lifted in pride and was taking all the credit of the Most High Yah. He was put into his place. He was made to eat grass like the animals. He dwelt among the animals, meaning he lived there with them for quite a while until he recognized that the Most High Yah is the true and living Yah and the only true and living Yah, and there is none above him and none beneath him. There's none before him and there'll be none after him. Hallelujah, hallelujah. And thou his son, O Belshazzar, has not humbled thy heart, though thou knewest all of this. See, he told him he knew better. He knew what he was doing was wrong. He wanted to impress his company, his lords, those kings, their wives, and them concubines, and got himself in all kind of trouble with the Most High Yah. Hallelujah. Now he about to go and suffer a punishment for he felt was a small mistake, but it was a grave mistake that he made. And the Most High didn't forgive him for this. He didn't overlook this. He didn't just get a pat on the wrist. He got deeply punished for this because he knew what he was doing was wrong. Hallelujah, hallelujah. But he said, but has lifted up thyself against the Most High of heaven. So he knew what he was doing, and he wanted to try to come against the Most High. And they have brought the vessels of the house of the Most High Yah,